Merhabalar arkadaşlar, kanalıma hoş geldiniz. Kontrol oyunuyla kaldığımız yerden hız kesmeden devam ediyoruz. Evet, Dylan yani My Brothers, artık kimin Brothers'ı bilmiyorum, inşallah benim değildir. Onunla uğraşmaya devam ediyorduk. Son kaldığımız bölümde 5. kata çıkmakla uğraşıyordum galiba. Bir önceki video bayağı uzun sürmüş. 1 saat 23 dakika falan. Ya çok öyle uzatma taraftarı değilim ama işte ister istemez boss'tu, oydu buydu derken uzuyor. Yarıda da kesemiyorsunuz. Yani aksiyonu bölmek ne kadar doğru bilmiyorum. O yüzden bazen böyle videolar uzayabiliyor. Umarım izlerken sıkılmıyorsunuzdur. Bakalım bu bölümde neler olacak. Evet. Beşinci kata çıkmamızı istiyorum. Dylan'ın maksimum güvenliğini araştırmamızı mı istiyor? Ama nasıl çıkacağız? O var. Asansör çıkmıyor çünkü. Fast Travel'la da gidemiyoruz. Acaba oraya gitsek olur mu? Bir ışından bakalım buraya. Floor 1. Birinci kata geldik. Bir konuşayım bakayım, belki checkpoint falan gibi bir şey olur.
Is the TV back in its box yet? No rush or anything, it's just, you know, an ongoing concern.
What's the difference between objects of power and altered items?
Think of them like storms. Objects of power are like tropical cyclones or hurricanes for the uneducated. They're big, rare, and scary. Of course, directors can just bind the OOP and become the eye of the storm. Altered items are more like weird thunderstorms. Some may rain frogs, some may rain corn, but they all rain something.
And how does the hiss factor into all that?
It's changing them, making them aggressive. Now they're all raining, I don't know, knives. Knife rain.
Nice metaphor. Do you like working at the FBC?
Sure. I mean, yeah, the drama's a bit much, but I get better benefits here than I would over at the Postal Service. I checked. Better healthcare. That's not to say I don't like my job, man. Been here over 15 years. No one knows the Panopticon collection better than me. I'm, close to them, in a way.
I can't tell if that's creepy or normal here.
Şunu da...
How do you keep the altered items under control?
It depends on the item. Each one has different needs. Ritualistic touches go a long way. Singing to them.
Did he say
Flipping the
singing?
lights 3 times, that sort of thing. It's not superstition if it works.
Tamam, bu kadar yeter. Çok uzamasın.
I'll see you later, Langston.
I'll be here, like always.
Geri kalan konuşmanın diğer kısmını da başka bir zaman yaparız. Şimdi bu 5. kata çıkmamızın bir yolunu bulmamız gerekiyor. Acaba Yops. Bu keskin nişancılardan uyuz oluyorum ya. Kendini mi patlattı gerizekalı? Etraf bulma dünyası. Kendini patlatmış. Çok iyiydi ya. En son uçma yeteneği almıştık tabi ya. Ay çok iyi değil mi ya? Biri mi var? Ben zıplaya zıplaya çıkmaya çalışacağım. Yani boşu boşuna bu yeteneği vermediler yani bana. Büyük ihtimal kendi çabalarımla çıkmamı istiyorlar diye düşünüyorum. Ya yazık lan bu adama. Buna yardım edemiyor muyuz? Nasıl çıkabilirim ki 5. kata? Şuradan şuraya gidebilir ya. Evet, perfect. İşte bu ya. O ne lan? Bu ne? Kesin misafirlerimiz olacaktır. İleride.
Dylan. He's so close.
Hello? Can you hear me? Jesse,
Ne be? Nereden konuşuyor yahu bu?
are you there? Jesse,
Emily? He's gone. Dylan isn't here. He might be nearby. Or maybe the hiss got to him. I don't know.
Jesse, listen. Dylan's here with us. He just walked in. He says he is giving himself up. He's been affected by the hiss, but he is different than the others. We must isolate him.
I'm on my way. We need to get back. I have to see my brother.
Alright, I won't take up too much of your time today, Dylan. Like I said, I want to talk about Jessie, your sister.
What about her?
I just want to get your perspective. What do you think of her? What kind of person is she? That sort of thing.
I adored my sister. When I was little, I mean. Back in Ordinary.
And you don't anymore?
When I first got here, sure. I'd always hoped you'd come too. Find me, to take me home. We went everywhere together. Why should this be any different? Casper said she could come too, to the Bureau. If she wanted to. But she never did.
Why do you think that is?
Because she didn't care about me. She always wanted to be out on her own, seeing the world. She always said so. I guess she got what she wanted.
Great. So, she wanted to see the world. Did she ever mention any place in particular?
Why?
We like to ask questions around here, you know that. Any particular cities, towns, landmarks, anything like that?
I don't remember.
What about friends? Were you close with anyone living outside of Ordinary?
I'm done with this. Tell Casper I want pizza for lunch today.
Dylan, wait. We're not... End of session.
Sanırım arkadaş benden daha güçlü. Arkadaş dediğim kardeşim midir artık nedir? Şu an ben onu bulmaya çalışırken o bizimkileri bulmuş. Pek bir şey yok burada. Karşıda da gidebileceğimiz bir şey yok. Şimdi boş boşuna mı geldim ben buraya? What? Burası böyle değildi ki. Böyle miydi ya? Hay şu 6'yı verin bana ya. Asansör de yok. Kendine çıktın, kendine in diyorlar yani. bakalım bizim Emily ile Marshall'la ne yapmışlar. Yani adam oraya kadar geldiyse eğer sıkıntı büyük.
Oh my god, did she have to write everything in a made-up gibberish? I don't think I ever told you this, but I was actually on the path to being a ranger once. Did the whole boot camp thing, even got rookie status. Anyway, not the point. My old ranger squad was a great bunch. There was 6 plus me. Remus, Hazard, Cho, Guy, Hepton, Stahl, and Thompson. They were supposed to get back from an expedition yesterday. We had beers and wings planned. Problem is, they weren't here when Darling handed out the HRAs.
Then they had nothing protecting them from the hiss.
You see, they prepped for the worst, but I think that we're already past that. We all wore these pouches around our neck, and I really don't want the hiss to get them. Could you find them for me? The squad would have come back through maintenance, but they probably spread out from there.
I'll keep an eye out for them, Arish. And I won't let them stay hiss. What's the deal with BlackRock?
Oh, fuck. Don't get me started on BlackRock. You know, ever since research found out that it blocks paranatural stuff, they have just been parading dangerous materials in and out of the fucking quarry. Fucking lab coats, man. Love making my job harder.
Sounds like there's some tension between departments.
Still, at least the quarry's got a good view of the night sky. You know, me and Salvador used to have after-work beers down there.
What do you know about Dr. Darling?
About as much as anybody, I guess. Head of research, loves to hear himself talk. All of those science types absolutely do. Now he's been acting a little bit psycho recently. Although HR told me not to use that word, so...
Everyone thinks finding Darling will lead us to the answers. But if he's completely lost it, then what help could he be? What do you think of Marshall?
Marshall? Marshall's a fucking badass. Rangers could not ask for a better leader. She's a little, you know, intense, but given the stuff she's seen, I'm not surprised. She does have a bad habit of disappearing, though.
Where does she go?
Last time she vanished, I did some digging into the security logs. I found camera footage of her entering the quarry. She was down there alone for days. Now, typically that's not allowed, but Marshall is kind of above the rules.
I wonder what she finds so interesting in the quarry. I have to go.
Me too. You're not the only one who's busy, you know.
The resonance emitted from the HRAs is purely antithetical to every variant of the hiss.
It's happening. After all these years, Dylan is here. But am I too late? How is he? I need to know.
He's clearly been affected by the hiss, but it's different than any other manifestation we've recorded. Maybe what makes you so special is genetic. He was a prime candidate. Or maybe it's Polaris protecting him, something else affecting the situation. I need to run tests. He seems more in control, more present.
I want to see him. My brother. Or is he?
Of course. Now, Marshall set up an HRA-warded cage to contain him. It's on the upper floor, up the stairs.
Okay, I need to go.
Jesse, be careful. Jesse, when you were down in research, did you run into a Dr. Rhea Underhill?
I didn't. Who is she?
She is a colleague of mine. A researcher studying a kind of extra-dimensional mold growing below research.
Well, I don't like the sound of that.
No one does. Look, I haven't heard from Rhea since the Hiss arrived. Would you mind having a look around for her next time you're in research?
Of course.
Thanks, Jesse. Now, what's on your mind?
I visited the quarry. What's the plan for all that black rock?
The Bureau has used BlackRock almost exclusively for containment purposes. See, I say, branch out. Instead of boxes, helmets. Instead of blast shields, knives.
Knives?
Yes, knives! So many combat applications. Slicing, stabbing, gouging. Sorry, I've been trying to get Darling to explore combat applications for years. I've got a little excited.
Wow. I did not expect that from her. This place is looking good. Arish is making real progress around here.
Right? This place is a fortress. With him taking care of operations here, I can spend more time analyzing the Hiss. I've been attempting to isolate and neutralize the Hiss resonance in blood samples, but no luck so far.
So you can't reverse it?
Not yet, but perhaps reversing it is too simple. See, if Hiss resonance can rewrite human genetics, then perhaps it's a question of rewriting the Hiss resonance. In theory, that could pave the way for custom human genetic alteration.
I wonder how often the phrase mad scientist is used around here. How is HRA production coming along?
Better than expected. We've already made enough to get people out of a couple safe rooms. And they're here, alive, thanks to you. And we never would have lasted this long if you hadn't walked in those doors.
You deserve thanks too, of course. We got this place up and running together, Emily. I should be going. Enjoy your data.
Oh, I will.
Evet, ben bu kadına hala güvenmiyorum. Bu kadında bir şeyler çıkacak.
Oh my god, did she have to write everything in a made up gibberish code? Fucking Marshall, you're serious.
Evet, bir şeyler arakladım. Çaldım. Yani şunları da aradan çıkarttık. Hala burayı gösteriyor.
Fuck, if they're in there, we go.
I found this token. Any idea what it does?
Ah, that is a jukebox token. Little bastards turn up in the weirdest places, like bad pennies. The Rangers use them to activate an old object of power.
A jukebox, I assume. Does it have any good songs?
Nope, just the one record. Hey, be careful turning it on, though. When it's playing, you get a free trip to the formation.
The formation? That sounds ominous. Why does it send you there?
The Bureau has been wondering that for years. I mean, it's just a pile of rocks built by God knows who, but... Well, researchers have confirmed it's in the same threshold as the quarry. Well, no one's ever been able to map a physical route to the formation from maintenance.
So it's in the quarry. You just don't know where.
Pretty much. We only send in annual expeditions to the formation now. Checkups, Salvador calls them. This year's team went in the day the hiss arrived. Come to think of it, the song should have brought back hours ago.
I can go in and take a look.
I'd appreciate that. The jukebox is kept just past the security booth over there. Just put in the token and enjoy the ride.
How does the Bureau handle thresholds?
Handle might be a bit of an optimistic way to put it. Marshall sends her rangers in to map them, check growth rates, locate epicenters, take samples, measure stuff, basically.
Sounds like he's done his homework.
Now, down in maintenance, thresholds are used just like any other tool. Lab coats mine black rock from one, maintenance siphons water from another. We use it for pretty much everything, except drinking.
Why don't you drink it?
Do I even want to know?
Yeah, a lot of time we find these little chunks in it. It's pretty gross.
I didn't want to know.
You're security, right? Do you work with rangers?
Not often. Rangers are specially trained in threshold reconnaissance and ground zero AWE response. Security is more interested in the dangers inside the Bureau.
They must see some weird stuff out there.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, every week they are tackling things that were previously unknown to the human experience. Most Rangers, they retire due to cognitive collapse. I looked up the medical definition. Not fun.
I have to go.
Me too. You're not the only one who's busy, you know. What's new?
Lots of errors on this phone.
This is Lynn Salvador, head of Bureau Security. I'm making a formal security order due to the incident in April, case number 21HQ593. Improper use of the jukebox altered item led to 2 fatalities. We believe a pair of agents used the jukebox to travel to the quarry threshold and engage in inappropriate workplace behavior. An expedition team found them decomposing at the formation's base a week later. At least we found out the jukebox doesn't bring corpses back when the song ends. I'm having the jukebox placed in a secure location in the executive sector. It should never have been accessible to low clearance staff in the first place. The new location's security and proximity to a high traffic area will prevent misuse, while still allowing for expedition teams to access it when required. See me for any further details.
Best of luck.
Hey there, Faden. Don't get sloppy out there. Hey, I put extra security on your brother. No offense, but that dude is the scariest motherfucker I have ever laid eyes on. Like I said, no offense.
I have to go.
Me too. You're not the only one who's busy, you know. Stay sharp, Faden.
Evet, tokensi kullandım ama abi kurtaramadım kadın mı ya bu? Yazık, günah ya. Bunlar da yarı yaralı, yarı ölü.
Lots of interesting data off that subject the Rangers brought in.
I heard that he voluntarily entered captivity. That's what Pope said anyway.
She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Welcome back.
Happiness comes, what hurts the yellow? You are a warm through time. The thunder's home distorts you. Happiness comes, white pearls, but yellow and red in the eye. Through a mirror inverted is made right. Leave your insides by the door. Push the fingers through the surface into the way. You've always been in your you. You want this to be true. We stand around you while you train. You can almost hear our words, but you forget. Through time, the thunder's home distorts you. Happiness comes, white pearls, but yellow and red in the eye. You are a worm through time.
Shit.
The thunder's home distorts you.
That's Dylan.
White pearls,
Can
but
you hear
yellow
me?
and red in the eye.
Come on, Dylan. I'm here. I found you.
Into the way. You've always been in your youth. You want this to be true.
Do you know who I am?
You know me. Say it.
You are Dylan Faden's sister.
He's talking in the third person. Always a good sign. Do you know who you are?
Not Dylan. Trench and Darling made sure of that. I'm P6. P6. But I'm better now. The hiss made me better.
Push the fingers through the surface into the wet. You've always been the new you. You want this
Can you
to be
stop
true.
that? Please? Not exactly the reunion I'd hoped for.
It feels good to say those words. I want to say them. They sound good. They make me feel good. Don't you want to say them too?
No. Fuck off, no. You need to help me get this thing out of his head. If he is still in there, if there is anything left, you have to help me.
You came in through the hole in you. We let you in. You've always been here. The only true. A copy of a copy of a copy of a copy.
Stop it!
Orange peel.
Shit. Shit. He can see you. This is not safe.
We found Polaris together with my sister when we were very small, in Ordinary, in the desert, through the door opened up by the slide projector. But she didn't help when Trench took me away. She didn't give me any powers. All the powers are my own powers. She didn't help when they locked me up for years.
After the song time for applause, we build you till nothing remains. The egg cracks and the truth will emerge out of you. You are home.
The Bureau brought the slide projector back here with me. And the Bureau did what the Bureau does. They used it. And they found... They opened the door up to the hiss. That's the only thing I can thank them for.
There. There it is. We stopped the Altered World event in Ordinary when we shut down the slide projector. And now the projector's here.
An earworm is a tune you can't stop humming in a dream. Baby, baby, baby. Just plastic. So safe. Nothing to worry about. Funny.
I welcomed the hiss. I let it in. To get rid of her. The hiss set me free. Polaris is using you. The Bureau is using you. You are a puppet.
You can almost hear our words, but you forget.
If we shut off the slide projector, maybe that will stop the hiss.
Regulations.
Maybe it's not too late for my brother.
You must see the truth for yourself, Jesse. Sister. The horrible truth about the Bureau. The hiss is the better option. Go to the Prime Candidate program in the containment sector. I have the keycard to get you there. Salvador wanted me to have it.
Wanted? Bullshit. I saw what the hiss did to Salvador. What it turned him into.
Okay, Dylan. I'll go. I want to see the truth for myself.
I'll go. But only to look for the slide projector. You can help me. We can end this.
You are a worm through time. You are a worm through time. The thunder's home distorts you. Happiness comes, white pearls, but yellow. The inverted is made right. Leave your inside bubble. Push the fingers through the surface into the way. You've always been you. You want this to be true. You're standing behind the tree.
Marshall orders us to just sit on our asses and then leaves? What's the deal?
She must have her reasons. It's probably out doing something.
She should have taken us with her. I need some action, goddammit. Did you see that hiss they marched through here? Why the fuck didn't we put a bullet in that thing's head?
I heard it's the director's brother. Would you shoot your brother?
He's the enemy, plain and simple. What do you know about this Arish guy?
I heard some rangers saying he saved them in maintenance. They were attacked by a new kind of hiss, and Arish got them out.
All right,
Nerede
but still,
konuşuyor bu ya?
a security guard leading rangers? I don't know if I like taking orders from a mall cop.
HRA production. They're already getting other survivors out of safe rooms.
Great. Maybe I can get back to my office soon. I miss having a door to close on people.
I think you're gonna have to endure the inconvenience of it.
What can I do to help? We're gonna get through this.
Evet arkadaşlar, videomu burada bitireceğim. Hem bu jukebox box mıdır nedir? Hem onu hem de sonraki görevi bir sonraki videomda izleyebileceksiniz. Çünkü biraz boş bir video gibi oldu. Çoğunlukla konuşma ile geçen bir video oldu. O yüzden bunun üzerinde daha fazla devam ettirmek istemiyorum açıkçası. Bir sonraki bölümde kaldığımız yerden devam edeceğiz arkadaşlar. Hoşça kalın, kendinize çok iyi bakın.